Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right, good evening, Patriots. How you going? Coming to the close of another week. So it'll be Forest of the Fallen on the weekend, guys. Whatever we can do to keep up this exposure of this how bad is our government theme that we are on, because that's what it is. It's how weak, it's how bad they are. But it's been the week of the EOs. I think we could call this the EO week. Executive orders just rolling out left, right, and centre, guys. Now, I said a little bit last night, but just contemplate this. All right. And I don't know, guys. All right. This is just, some of the stuff I've been looking at. But, I've spoke to you before about the ongoing wars of good and bad that me and Cazz know about in each country. You know what I mean? Trying to sort out, the background stuff. And then you've got that country, let's say they're in Europe. They're trying to work out the best deal for them. You know what I mean? And surroundings. And we've got the Mossad and CIA in there delving in all this stuff, and Project Gladio, etc., all having their way. So if you look at the big picture and the things that Trump's doing, and then you look backwards to what's happened, I do also believe, right, and I don't know, I'm just going to put it out there, guys, just, something to think about, because, none of us know, what's getting played in the background. So, I just told Cazz before about what I thought, but I was talking about it. Someone asked me today, what do you think about BRICS? Because I stay away from all this stuff, guys. You know that. All right. Financial stuff and that. I just, first G, seek the kingdom of God. Everything else that you need, supposedly, or we're told, will be then given to you. And I believe that it will. Okay. Me and Mel have been given what we need to be able to do the job that we've got to do. So, but this BRICS, I believe it could be, or probably could have been, a actual psyop in the plan, all right? Because what we had to have was something to go up against the US fiat dollar. So we got the cabal out there and the Jews and everyone owning all and banking and that, right? So what we had to do was get a conglomerate together, because we had to have something with enough power to actually stand up and maybe start to make the fiat dollar, because it's the whole problem. We all know that, right? The fiat dollar is just a fake dollar. So to get that out in the open and expose that was BRICS, a bit of a play in the background. And will we all be able to actually entertain the thought of BRICS, the fiat dollar, and whatever else in the future? So there's just something to think about, you know, because, yeah, the more I'm looking backwards now at what's gone on, yeah, the more you can see stuff and go, wow, well, the relationship there was because we needed something. How could we bring the fiat dollar down if we didn't have something competitive against it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think, yeah, we won't want CBDC. We won't be getting that. But I do believe a blockchain will be coming in, guys. Cazz has spoken to you about this before, all right? But the more I'm seeing that sort of stuff, you know, going that way, you know, the blockchain where you are your own banker. In other words, right, you are your own bank. You can do what you want, okay? And if all boxes aren't ticked, the transaction can't happen. So the contract can't be like this, like they are now. You know, they're not balanced, all right? They're right out of whack. So just my thought on looking back at BRICS, you know what I mean? They had to bring something in to be able to create the pressure to bring down the fiat dollar, because the fiat dollar is the thing that's peddling the child, you know, sacrifice, the child friggin', you know, trafficking, the human trafficking, you know. Now they're running all their fentanyl and everything through the train system. You know, we know what they're doing, guys. You know, we're all quite aware up to what's happening out here. It's just a matter of us now exposing all this to the general public. And I do believe with the RFK files coming out, you know, the JFK files coming out. Now, I have been told by Cazz that the ones I flicked her over today that someone sent me is not the actual ones. That, you know, there may be a few in there, but that's the old one or something. But anyway, the thing is, it's getting around. There's some great footage on there. I've seen it on Twitter. And we all now know that, yeah, the driver took the shot. You know what I mean? Because it's there. I got a bit of stuff up here, but again, guys, you know, let's just get Cazza in and get on with the show, I think, because, yeah, it's just all nonsense up there, and I just go off on a rant. Yep.
That's all right.
How are you going?
Look, just first of all, good. So this has been put out as a warning. It says a warning to other parents. Little Mermaid at the Roo Theatre, Shell Harbour. Yep. We thought we would try it out at the Roo Theatre to see the Little Mermaid, stupidly assuming this was safe for children and families. I can confirm it is not for families and children. Ariel's sister is a drag queen. Every second line was a sexual innuendo accompanied by multiple acts of highly suggestive and explicit dance moves and acting. Talking grinding, breast grabbing, running fingers down body, vaping, one-night stand jokes, cock jokes. I could be wrong, but at one point I'm pretty sure the eel was insinuating an orgasm via facial grinding a jail bar. I would not recommend taking children to this. Don't be me. There is no warning about inappropriate, highly sexual content for children. So there is the warning on that.
Was it the simulator today?
That was in the Illawarra, guys. That was in the Illawarra, Shell Harbour. Okay, so Cazz, we had a bit of a chat about this beforehand. So your suggestion was.
Yeah, no, if the person who is watching this is, if the person who wrote that is watching this, then contact Disney and send this to Disney, because
more than them. Everybody contact Disney, you know?
Yeah. And, well, yeah, everyone should basically contact Disney, because Disney has very specific rights about their use of their content and their use of their image.
Even though they're pedophilic traffickers and, you know, Luciferian, you know, promoted and everything else.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still their it's still their really that's their brand. Their brand's very important to them. So very interesting. Now we have Daryl. We have our first report from Daryl Polk down in Tasmania, and he's done an excellent job.
Well done.
The Cazz and Guru show. Where they deliver the news on, or more recently, about everything, but more recently on the chemtrails that's being sprayed all over the eastern seaboard. I'm down here in Tassie, and as you can see, it's happening here also. And unfortunately, our political masters that they believe that they are, they're in the firm belief that we're so docile and dumb that we believe that it's just contrails out of the planes. No, it's not. And I certainly wouldn't be happy having those pilots, putting my life in the hands of those pilots who are spraying all this stuff into the atmosphere. Our hospitals are inundated with lung issues, airway troubles. It's just it's hard to define how anybody could be just so ignorant. The politicians think with their nice big fat salaries that they're exempt from it. They're kidding me.
We'll leave it there, but good work, Daryl. That was excellent. Well done.
Very well done, Mr. Poke. You have sent me a bit of stuff on Messenger and that in the past, and you seem like a very on-the-ball sort of bloke. And thanks for that. That's what we want, guys, more of it. Okay, the old Havana syndrome. Guys, I'm telling you, what they're doing with the skies and the food and everything else, right, the heavy metals and the poisoning, is then getting the reaction. You are getting the reaction from the 5G or what? No, we won't call that. We'll call it electromagnetic radiation poisoning. So just be aware, right? Because I'm going to keep pumping it because that's what they're coming at you with, guys. All right, they're getting you through your Wi-Fi. They're doing this. They're doing that. Look at that.
This one's also from Townsville, from a viewer from Townsville.
Wow.
So, yeah. And, like, I mean, imagine trying to tell anybody that's, contrail. Like, seriously?
We had a jet come flying at the top of us today, Mel. But we were in here and we weren't quick. We must have been flying, man. Not that, not that high, but, quick because, you couldn't even react. I could just heard him coming. He was on top and then he was just gone. So he was flogging. So anyway, I'd be having fun flogging him too if I was driving him.
The Trump effect has made a really great change, and a lot of people are looking very happy at the moment, even in Australia. And this is Dr. Joanne Howe.
Has just pardoned 21 pro-life activists who have been imprisoned under the Biden administration. One of them is a 76-year-old grandmother, another a 54-year-old woman who had a minor stroke while in jail. It is incredible news to have these heroes of our cause released from jail just before the March for Life in the US. Meanwhile, in Albos, Australia, our freedom of movement is so restricted that we're not even allowed within 150 metres of an abortion clinic. David Christodoulou, the new authoritarian Premier of Queensland, has banned the topic of abortion even being mentioned in the Queensland Parliament over the next 4 years of his rule and reign. In South Australia, Liberal President Terry Stevens, but supported by a cabal of pro-abortion Labor MPs, have banned me, a pro-life activist, from even stepping foot in the South Australian Parliament because of my views on abortion. Although it is so exciting what is happening in the US, Australians, we need to wake up to the authoritarianism that is happening in our country.
Exactly.
That's unreal. That is unreal.
Exactly.
We need to name and shame these people. They're killing babies, guys. That's what they're doing. They're giving permission to the doctors to kill babies and traffic organs and make adrenochrome and everything else that goes with it. Mate,
well,
name and shame. Let's have their name for next week, I reckon. Someone break that down, guys. Get it to us. All right, and let's put them out there.
Well, that's it, isn't it? So, look, we've got heaps of other stuff happening. Guys, this is why Dave and I have veered away from the whole Palestinian thing. You'll listen to this. Let's just basically...
Home now for reaction to yesterday's Snap National Cabinet meeting, which was called following another anti-Semitic attack in Sydney. Sarah Schwartz is the Executive Officer at the Jewish Council of Australia and joins us now in the studio. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for being here with us. As a Jewish Australian, when you woke up yesterday and having seen all of the previous attacks, your heart must fall when you see what's happened.
Oh,
I think for myself and for so many Jewish people waking up yesterday to see yet another anti-Semitic attack, but not just that, another anti-Semitic arson attack, and the state of Israel. But, we're racism, but we have been seeing a rise in anti-Semitism Anti-Semitism, historically
wonder
rises
why.
at times when Israel's violence against Palestinians increases, and that might be because people are conflating Jewish people and the state of Israel. But, we're also seeing a real rise in far-right activity. As I mentioned, Musk's potential Hail Hitler at Trump's inauguration. Local neo-Nazis are gathering and rising in their influence. It's a scary time, and I think we need to be looking at these broader issues of racism to try to tackle what's happening here.
There's been a lot of
wait
discussion
for it.
about
Here
how
we go.
to
Here it
tackle
comes.
this. Were you satisfied by the Snap National Cabinet meeting yesterday and the things that came out of that? Because I know there are a lot of different views about what should be done now.
I think it's great that the National Cabinet has called for an independent body to be looking into and to be tracking incidents of anti-Semitism and hate crimes. We've been calling at the Jewish Council for independent statistics, which don't really exist. And I think it's also important that the government take a step further and start tracking the rise of all hate crimes and all forms of racism through national databases, because, as the Australian Human Rights Commission has pointed out, these different forms of racism are interconnected. They take different shapes and forms, but they're interconnected and they need to be tackled together in a comprehensive anti-racism strategy. One of the things that I was disappointed about hearing yesterday is various politicians trying to politicise this moment, and recommending knee-jerk law and order responses when there's no evidence that, law and order responses, sentencing laws, bail laws, that these things have anything to do with the rise of anti-Semitism. It's very clear that all of the incidents which have taken place are already criminal offences, quite clearly.
Now, kudos to her, because she's actually identified that there's already laws in place that are not being enforced. However, this is where it's going. They want to basically legislate more against us. That's right. Yep, Dave, go.
Okay, so she's going to sit there and tell us that we're hating on someone and doing the wrong thing. When if we go back through history and we find these Khazarian people, okay, and we trace them, they've been kicked out of 101 countries. For what? For hating on people and for killing people and for causing, amok in countries. But here they are now going, oh, you can't talk. You've been kicked out of 101 countries, you friggin' fools. The
thing is, though, that what they do is they hide behind the good Jews. Do you know what I mean? So this is how they've been able to get away with it.
It's good Jews. Okay, we know what we're talking about here. There is a particular line, okay, and they are bankers and they run the world and they run the US cabal, okay, and they use Mossad and the CIA to do it. We all know.
And it's 109 countries.
It's 109 countries. Sorry, I'll stand corrected. Thank you. 109.
Yeah,
Think about it. But you're having to dig at us in our own country for actually exposing your history. How's it work?
Well, yeah. Look, here's the thing, though. She did mention the so-called Elon salute, Nazi salute. Check this out. That's Macron doing exactly the same thing, but it's not a Nazi symbol when he does it.
Yeah,
he went from his heart to you.
New World Order's goody two-shoe, young leaders, forum friggin' wankers. Dead right. There you go.
So, but on that as well, we've got these they're just creating such tribalism amongst the people. And, so the Victorian government has permanently shelved the Australia Day parade, and instead there will be an Australia Day protest. And she notes that no wonder they're demoralised. Well, actually, no, they're attempting to demoralise us. They're having a hard time getting on top of us. And you've also got this, the South Australian police have hit 9 nationalist activists with an obscure charge. Well, we've covered that before, but so mass deportations now. Look, here's the thing is that people are questioning the massive amount of influx that we've had. Everybody's talking about it because there's such a rise in homelessness. Even people who are pro-immigration are basically going, there's too many, we can't cope. The system is busting.
It is insane down here at the moment, all right? It is just Chinese, Asian and Indian. It is just off its chops, man. And there's a fair few South African, African, from, the Congo and other places like that. But man, the amount of Indians and the amount of Chinese, Vietnamese, or Asian descent down here, you know, how they fishing every day, hey, Mel? They're down here all 24 hours a day.
No,
I could walk out there with my camera and show you a bundle, you know what I mean? Just fishing, you know, but it's just incredible. Like you go out and it's just not Australia anymore. And this has happened in probably about the last 6 months, Mel, down here. It's really turned. It's like something in the background. They've switched the switch on and gone, right, all assets deployed. Get out in the community and annoy all them white people as much as you can. And it's incredible to see. It really is. All in good cars, good clothes, you know what I mean? Like, they got everything.
They're trying to ramp it up, though, as well, because you also had this attack on the statue of Captain Cook. So, you know.
Yeah.
So that was in that he's been defaced as well.
What about the you didn't hear about Ballarat where they took the heads off the prime ministers, the bronze statues? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Vandalised 20 statues of former prime ministers in Ballarat as well.
I wonder if the Australian public are trying to send a message to the government, Caz, that we maybe don't like them and aren't impressed with what they've done over the last.
I don't know that it's I don't know that is like, to me it looks like it's all being staged to come to a culmination point. So I don't know, you know, and then you've got these headlines as well, because usually they don't report on this stuff. Remember, they usually try and keep things like this quiet. But you've got a gunman is on the run after 2 teenage boys were shot in Melbourne. So the crime's ramping up in Melbourne, which we know. And then to piss us off even more, they've got this one. So Albanese commits another $2 billion to renewables investments as United States unleashes fossil fuel. So they know that we're following what T-Man's up to. And what are they doing? Oh, well, we're just going to double down. You know, we're just going to double down and basically enslave you even more.
And T-Man's playing a big game out there too, guys. Remember, you know, like, you know, he's standing up there letting the guy talk about mRNA vaccines, and then he goes away and he writes an order saying that there's no more mRNA vaccines until RFK gets his look into it. Now, you got to be careful at JFK, and we got to keep on to JFK, guys, all right? RFK, we have to be their guidance, all right? Because what's going to happen is these guys are going to get sucked in. I'm telling you, you know how the deep state plays. There's a player everywhere ready to go, yep, I'll look after that for you, RFK. No worries. And what has happened? It's just like us with the DEWs, guys, down at Canberra. It just gets lost, just gets put away in the system. All right, so it's up to us now, all this exposure, to keep everybody on their toes. That's US as well as Australia. More on Australia. But, yeah, we've all got to be behind what's going on. Okay, Caz.
No, well, he's been confirmed as well. So he'll take office on the 29th of January. So that's, so you've got a whole heap of things that are basically just all happening at once. But look, let's just finish off with the.
How is Albo not being topped? Hang on, how's Albo not being topped? He gets topped every day. Someone does him over, bloke. You know, so yeah, he's a pretty small guy. Anyway, we see.
All right, so we sit on in Australia. We sit on a giant lump of coal, so we should have no energy prices. Topher's done this report.
Is what electricity costs in Australia, which is kind of weird because that is what it costs us to produce with brown coal. So that plus some transmission costs should lead to having a pretty well mid-range cost of electricity, but we don't. We have the most expensive electricity in the entire Asia-Pacific region. The question is, why? If brown coal and black coal as well is so darn cheap, what have we been spending our money on that's made our electricity so darn expensive? What could possibly be the thing that we've poured billions and billions of dollars into that we'd been promised would bring the cost of our electricity down, but it turns out might actually be the reason our electricity is the most expensive in Asia Pacific and among the most expensive in the world? This is no mere academic question, because in a world where Donald Trump is determined to make American electricity the cheapest on the planet, which is going to lead to a resurgence of manufacturing in the US, but also a dramatic increase in their CO2 emissions, along with China, whose emissions are growing by an Australia's worth every year, and India, that have really only started growing and have a long way yet to go, any CO2 emissions cuts that we make are genuinely completely meaningless. But the cost of electricity, that's hurting us every single day.
Yep.
Well done, Taylor.
Good work.
Even
Unbelievable.
Cass's little grandchild there agrees. She's you should go Topher, go Topher.
Sorry.
I can hear her. You
That's
tell
the
him
baby.
Topher.
Sorry, I was hoping you wouldn't be able to hear that. She wants to get into me.
Yeah,
So, all right. So, look, I've done a bit of a compilation of what Trump's been up to. So let's have a look at this. First of all, there's this guy talking about what you were just talking about before.
Shit I have seen from Trump yet. If you had justice for the scamdemic on your 2025 bingo card, mark that shit off. He just put a communications blackout on the CDC, FDA, HHS, and fucking NIH. All of them. They are blacked the fuck out. They can't publish any reports. They can't communicate. They can't talk to anybody. They can't update their website. They can't fucking start another scamdemic. Whatever the fuck we all thought they were planning another fucking scamdemic with the goddamn monkeypox and shit. Dude, they fucking got him. He fucking cut him off right at the fucking legs. Trump is the road runner, and these corrupt fucks are Wile E. Coyote. He is cutting them off at the pass every single fucking time.
We'll just leave that there. So, all right. So he did that. Okay. Now, but also there's the WEF compilation of what he put together. Oh my goodness! And there's so many executive orders, but I've just cut this one together.
Pleased to report that America is also a free nation once again. On day one, I signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of our own citizens as misinformation or disinformation, which are the favorite words of censors and those who wish to stop the free exchange of ideas and, frankly, progress. We have saved free speech in America, and we've saved it strongly. Terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important, national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. And by the way, speaking of you, and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. They don't take conservative business, and I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
Oh my God! But he's also the clean house has started. Now we know from the Q drops that a clean house is very important. So President Trump's Secret Service Director Sean Curran is already cleaning house. He's already informed up to 10 senior agency officials that they will either get fired, demoted, or forced to retire.
Mate,
so there's
and
that now.
And boys, we're going to have our V8s back, right? And our four-rotor. Let's get the four-rotors going out here in Oz. You know, they chew a bit of juice. They're good. We're going to have it. Hey, we're back on song, guys. All right, we can, this is what we got to do. We got plenty of fuel, plenty of energy. Let's get it back to 60 cents a gallon. You know, not a gallon, but even 60 cents a litre it'd do, man. I'd be smoking it all day. You can afford to buy your tyres then.
All right, now the J6s, even though they've been released and they're pardoned, but moles inside. Now this is Stephen Friend, the FBI, tell him that they're getting the directives not to return any of the evidence to the subjects. That means that cases can't be officially closed. So they're saying we need Kash Patel in there as soon as possible. So you've got a whole heap of things. So also John Brennan has lost his security clearance, and Mark Pompeo has lost his. Not only that, but Fauci has lost his. He got a 24-hour-a-day limo driver and a security clearance. But get this, there's a whole new aspect to that, and that is Putin.
Hey, everybody. So we got some word that Vladimir Putin wants Tony Fauci extradited to Russia for crimes against humanity, about the vaccine, the lockdowns, the mRNA gain-of-function research, the lies, the money laundering, all of it. Russia has a warrant out for Tony Fauci for crimes against humanity, and they want him extradited to Russia. And I thought to myself, wow, while normally...
We'll leave that there because we've got the notices coming up. But look, Douglas McGregor posted this an hour apart, and he said Trump has called a halt to the military aid to Ukraine and for a complete audit and investigation. 1 hour later, he posted rumors emerging that Zelensky and Putin are ready to talk. Isn't it funny how wars go away when they're not funded?
Well, yeah, and plus we're at that part of the script in what's being played out here to wake up these people that, just never saw the light like you guys did. But you guys are the guys bringing the light to the world here, all right? And that's what we're doing, people. This was one horrible plan on humanity, okay? But you people here, right, this is what we've done, guys, come together through all adversity, getting arrested, ripped through court, this, that, the other, persecuted, kicked out of your family.
That's it. Look, we're at 8:30, so I'll bring on the flyers now. In New South Wales, we have the following events. In Sydney, every Monday, join the growing numbers for Monday at Maggie's. Gather together to end the tyranny by showing loss of confidence in the government. Monday at Maggie's from 11 a.m, Macquarie Street, Sydney. The Stand in the Park, Albury-Wodonga, will be having a picnic in the park on Sunday, the 26th of January 2025 from 10 a.m. A Forest of the Fallen will also be held. It is Australia Day, so bring and share a platter. Come and celebrate our freedom and support for each other, our culture, and play music at the 832 muster from the 7th to the 9th of March 2025. The location is at Rollins Plains Recreational Reserve. The address is 28 Bilberil Road, Rollins Plains, which is 40 minutes northwest of Port Macquarie. Do you want unvaxxed blood donations for you and your loved ones? If so, then join the protest for unvaxxed blood supply on Australia Day, the 26th of January at 11 a.m. at Sydney Town Hall Square. The 832 muster will be at Deniliquin, New South Wales, 28th to the 31st of March. Australia's Freedom Pub, The Kelly in Singleton, will be celebrating Australia Day. Raymond Smith will be launching his album from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m, and entry is free. And in Victoria, we have the following events. In Melbourne, gather at the Governor's every Saturday to end the tyranny. 10 a.m. every Saturday at the Governor Gates. And Gaslight the Band will be launching their single, Inner City Sally, live at the Soundbar, 1625 Point Nepean Road, Capel Sound, with Night Rider, Friday the 24th of January 2025. And the Premier of Victoria has cancelled the Australia Day Parade, so Celebrate Australia applied for 2 council permits and got rejected, so they're going ahead anyway. So the Australia Day Parade and Rally is on Sunday the 26th, 2025. 1 p.m. assemble at Port Melbourne, and then at 1:30 begin the walk to St Kilda. There will be a Leg Up Family Day at Sunbury on the 25th of January, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is free, 75 Vineyard Road, Sunbury. There will be an 832 muster January 31st to the 2nd of February at Chiltern, Victoria. Lake Anderson Caravan Park, Alliance Street, Chiltern, Victoria. The Australia Day Culture Concert, featuring the Emily James Trio, Matt Finlay and Dave Riccuti, will be held at Red Rock Regional Theatre. Tickets are $45. Kids under 8 are free. Friday the 24th of January, and it kicks off around 6 p.m. The National Workers Alliance are hosting an Australia Day celebration. If the Victorian Government and the Australian Open won't recognise Australia Day, then they will. 12 p.m. speeches at 12:30 p.m. on the Sunday the 26th of January at the Rod Laver Arena. In Canberra, every day for over 1,000 days, the freedom fighters have been protesting at the Governor-General's. To join in, meet at the National Rock Garden at 10 a.m. to expose the 28, or tune in on YouTube at #expose the 28. There will be an Australia Day celebration at Black Mountain by the Canberra crew, 12 p.m. for barbecue and music. Please bring a plate. All are welcome. The People's Grand Jury Indictment Picnic will be held at 12 o'clock on Saturday the 8th of February at Magna Carta Place in Canberra. At 12 p.m. there will be a picnic, 12:30 there will be a speakers, and at 1 p.m. there will be the People's Court Grand Jury. Our Voice, Our Australia will be holding an Australia Day parade on the 26th of January 2025, so save the date. And Jodie Lowe from 241 last year will be hosting a Real Farmer Day. Say no to Big Harmer on February 15th. Make the biggest exit the who sign that you can. Say no to Big Harmer on Real Farmer Day. There's a free event on Saturday, February 15th. It will be held at 44 Coringal Road, Emerald, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring a chair if you choose. The Big Australia Day Family Barbecue will be held on the 26th of January at 12 p.m. Newstead Park. The address is 199 Breakfast Creek Road, Newstead. There is a call to action for ratepayers of Mundaring Shire, Tuesday the 4th of February from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Would you like answers to the COVID-19 response? Your vote matters. There is an urgent need for court support at the sentencing of Laura Adele Hinks. Laura urgently needs support and witnessing at her sentencing. She was found guilty of the abduction and attempted abduction of her own children. This is at Darwin Supreme Court on February 14th. The Baroka Festival will be on the 24th, 25th and 26th of January. This is at Kororiki and it features the Emily James Trio. A daily prayer space is held on X at 3 p.m. So whatever you're facing, come along and we can lift you up in prayer. Every day, 3 p.m. on X. Melissa 146233923. Look, like the government's canning it everywhere, and look how good our movement is.
Let's go, guys.
We've got stuff everywhere. Oh, it's awesome! It's awesome! It's awesome! It's awesome indeed. All right, so a couple of other things that the T-Man has done, which is pretty amazing. I've just got a little pomp here.
David is.
Yeah, this is the crypto EO. We're going to be forming an internal working group to make crypto, to make America the world capital in crypto under your leadership.
Which is really going up, right?
Absolutely.
The interest rates will come down.
You said that you would demand that the interest rates come down.
Well, I would put in a strong statement.
Do you expect the Fed to listen to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but one of the things that was really good is that he actually took on. Now, remember the WEF in Davos, how insane they are. This is Naval Harari. I've just done a bit of a cut together clump of him. This is who they are. He's their chief advisor.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. Yes, in the Industrial Revolution, we saw the creation of a new class of the urban proletariat. And much of the political and social history of the last 200 years involved what to do with this class and the new problems and opportunities. Now, we see the creation of a new massive class of useless people. As computers become better and better in more and more fields, there is a distinct possibility that computers will outperform us in most tasks and will make humans redundant. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
Yeah.
Bread and circuses, guys. I mentioned it the other night. If you don't know what bread and circuses is, go and put it into your computer. Google it. All right. And it was in the Rome. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's only part one of it. What I didn't mention is what is in the Conspiracy of Hierarchy, and that is this book by John Coleman, and it actually says basically just to get rid of they need to get rid of 4 billion useless eaters.
Yep.
So you heard it from his own mouth, the useless people.
in Roman days, guys, quickly, right? Bread and circuses was give them bread to eat and keep them entertained. All right, that's how the Romans done it, and it's still happening today. All right, so that's where your little saying bread and circuses comes from.
And that was just prior to the collapse as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh dear, but anyway, that's all right. So, but there's a lot of people that have actually. What are we at? Look, you've got this lady from North Carolina.
You can say whatever you want about the last administration. You can say whatever you want about Trump and the current administration, but he's been in office for about 5 minutes, and Western North Carolina is getting the help that they have needed and begged for months.
That's right. Russell Albright as well. He's a creator of Silk Road.
I was locked up for more than 11 years.
Released.
But he let me out. I'm a free man now. So let it be known that Donald Trump is a man of his word.
That's right. Now, there's a couple of ominous things in the post. Oh, hang on. First of all, when they say we are the news now, this is the kind of stuff that the people are putting together. So, Phoenix, Arizona, beware. The Progressive Insurance is cancelling insurance policies in an area that is due to high wildfire risks. This is in the same area where there are plans for 15-minute cities. This is also the area close to where Bill Gates bought 30,000 acres of land. And they've actually included, here is the update on Bill Gates' new smart city in Arizona, and also this is the progressive thing. This is when they've told them that their contracts are being cancelled and it will expire at 12:01 a.m. on the 2nd of the 15th of the 25.
15th of the 2nd. Guys, get ready over there. All right, you can stop this now. All right, because no doubt they would have pulled down your dams. They would be playing with your water supply right now. So the Americans that are watching this show in that area, guys, you need to activate right now and make sure that your dams are, because these guys will do it. They're coming for you. They just told you. And they do what they say. All right. So again, they've got to tell you first, or they can't do it. They've just told you. I will be finding out where my dams are, where my water supply is. What's this? What's that? Get everything in place, guys. Get your homes right, because these bastards are coming for you. We've seen it before, and we will see it again.
Now, just on the Q drops, there's this very interesting Q drop with Catherine Herridge and the pen. Okay, so now there was also a drop this morning with regards to the pen, and that's with regards to Gene Ho, and was it Gene Ho or Brian Cates? Might have been Brian Cates. Real AF Patriot. He said, Q told us to follow the pen. The picture is the same in many posts. Catherine Herridge is referenced in several of these posts, often with direct links to some of her posts on Twitter, which includes the pens on top of various documents she had highlighted and made notes. Now, Catherine Herridge is reporting directly from Gitmo, showing the expanded facility while questioning the money being spent on 15 remaining detainees. She's also intentionally dropped 17s in each of her videos and Gitmos. For those unfamiliar, Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Simultaneously, D-Class is coming. So he's put together all of those, and it looks really good. And just finally, we might just go a little bit over time because this is a feel-good moment. Okay,
yep.
But this is Tom McDonald. He's done a rap with Roseanne Barr, but I didn't know this story. So he grew up watching Roseanne and has seen every single episode, and never did he think that he'd ever be able to do a song with her. And he said, I don't think there's been any greater honor than doing my best to help her get a little revenge. So the Billboard, so Daddy's Home is actually #1 on the Billboard charts. So, and that was across all genres the other day. So that's really awesome. Not that it's stopping them from, basically bagging her out and all that sort of stuff. So anyway. All right, but we're being taken out tonight by Jag Talks Australia Day, guys. For those that it's got a bit of swearing in it, so please just turn off or put buffs on the kids or something like that. It's really important that we play it. And Dave, if you could close the show.
All right. Well, thanks for another week, Caz. Australia Day, guys. All right. Don't let them, take this off you. Get out there, celebrate. All right. Be who we are. All right. And we are outnumbered. Okay. That's all by design, guys, like everything else you are seeing, okay, by design. So hopefully, again, guys, another week we've enlightened you on what's going on around this, what do you want to call it? A planet, a globe, a flat, a terrarium. I don't really care what you want to call it, but the news is getting out. The news is getting out through a lot of different avenues, guys. And as everyone's saying, we are the media, and that includes you as well. All right, you are the digital soldiers that are bringing this satanic, pedophilic, Luciferian regime down. So let's get out there, guys. Let's expose on the weekend. Let's get the Forest of the Fallen in front of everyone. Okay, it's Australia Day. There's going to be big crowds everywhere. Get out amongst it, guys. Have the conversations. Okay, so again, I just like to genuinely thank everybody, all right, for what you're doing out there, guys. But we need you more in it. All right, I was talking on Space today. I know where we are, guys. All right, this is, in a game, in a grand final like we're playing, this is the time where everything else needs to be just put aside and you pick up the energy and you go forward hard with your teammates. All right, this is the time. All right, we slacken off. The opposition jumps us. They're down the wing. They're in. They're going to score a goal. All right, it's like those people I was just talking about there in America. They need to get on the front foot now. Okay, and make sure their dams are okay, their water supply is okay, because the fires are coming for you. Okay, again, they've telegraphed their play. All right, and anything like this in Australia, guys, we need to know about here, me and Cazz, so we can let you know, because they're going to start telegraphing stuff here now, and I can already tell you they're about to flood out a couple of places up the coast, guys. All right, they're going for the strategically going for the 15-minute cities at the moment. So that's what's going to be happening. So get prepared for it, okay? Go and enjoy your Australia Day weekend, because we are still a lucky country, guys. All right, we've just got to take it back, right, and let everyone know that we are the lucky country. We've got beautiful rules, all right, over here that were created by the people, and that is we're pretty laid back, we're pretty apathetic, we like to have a good time, okay? But don't fuck with us. All right, because we are going to win the fight, right? You want to pick it, we can finish it. So, guys, it's a time to really hop into the fight, all right? We're in the grand final. We're right in the balance of the game, all right? And we can't let these mothers get a jump on us. So let's go. Good night.
Good night.
G'day, mate. Apparently it's Australia Day, and if you celebrate it, apparently you're racist. Here's what Jack reckons.
G'day, mate. It's our day. Yeah, January 26th. The day we say I'm Aussie proud, and if that offends you, I don't give a shit. You see, my mates, my family and my ancestors have died for this land. They sweat, they bled, they cried and built it with their hands. Most of us are a friendly lot with a story or two to tell. But if you're here to cause some shit, we'd be happy to tell you, go fuck yourself. Australia used to be great, and it will be great again. For this is just the beginning and not the bloody end. We are a bunch that's proud and loud, patriots to the core. Don't love it, then fucking leave. We'll happily show you the door. We don't care about the colour of your skin. We just love our country, so fuck off or fit in. So what's it really mean to be Aussie, to be true blue? It's about helping others, just like they'd round up and help you. We are a band of mates that share a common dream. A house, a family, a backyard, a decent fucking cricket team. We love to talk some shit and our friends cop it the most. We love our bush, our beaches and mum's Sunday roast. Oh! Australia used to be great, and it will be great again. For this is just the beginning and not the bloody end. We are a bunch that's proud and loud, patriots to the core. Don't love it, then fucking leave. We'll happily show you the door. We don't care about the colour of your skin. We just love our country, so fuck off or fit in. And now we've hit Australia Day. It's like a second Aussie Christmas. We'll fire up the Barbie and talk shit to anyone that'll listen. And if you don't want to celebrate, well, I guess that's okay too. But don't think for 1 second you can tell me what to do. Because, mate, I'm an Aussie, and of that, I'm fucking proud. And if your allegiance is somewhere else, that's okay, just get the fuck out. guess it's real simple and easy to understand. We're all about mateship and lending a helping hand. We stand side by side, Aussie through and through. But if you're here to cause some shit, fuck you. Australian. 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 Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Happy Australia Day legends and Elbow and Dutton. Fuck right off. Jog out.